Thank you, Mr. President. There is nothing that I nor anyone else in this place can say that will ease the heartbreak and the suffering of the friends and family of the 15 innocent people who were killed at Bondi just over a week ago. I ideally wish I had the words to take away that pain, or more than that we could go back to that Sunday, to the picnics, the dancing, the cultural celebrations, the evening strolls, casual games of cricket and the swimming in arguably the world's most famous beach. And more than anything, I wish that peace was never broken. But this obviously we cannot do. The nightmare was real, unimaginably real for those that were there, painfully real for those who have lost loved ones, and far too real for those of us who watched events unfold on TV.
Order. Mr. Latham, Mr. Tudor, please.
The nightmare was real, unimaginably real for those that were there, painfully real for those who have lost loved ones, and far too real for those of us who watched events unfold on TV, trying to explain what was happening to our kids and watching our country change forever. As we collectively grieve for this, the epicentre of this pain is with those who lost friends and loved ones and family on that horrible day. While I acknowledge the futility of my words, I pay my deepest respect to those who lost their lives and give my condolence to their families, their friends, their community, and all those who knew and loved them. I'm so sorry for your loss and the circumstances under which this loss occurred. I also want to acknowledge the 40-odd people that were injured during the attack. This is not something you should have had to go through. To the first responders, in formal and informal capacities, thank you for what you did. Your efforts, your bravery saved lives and showed the very best of us in the worst of times. Importantly, I want to acknowledge the Jewish community, who are obviously hurting badly from this attack. Upsettingly, I understand they feel they have been standing alone for 2.5 years, for more, expecting, almost waiting for something like this to happen. This is a failure of this government, a failure of this parliament, and a failure of our community. And while we dwell on this failure, we must now stand in solidarity with the Jewish community and put our arms around these grieving people in sorrow and regret. This may be seen as a target attack just on Jewish people in Australia, but it was much, much more than that. It was an attack on all of Australia, all Australians, all races, all religions, and all beliefs. We need this to be a country where it's okay to be different, where it's okay to have different cultures and different beliefs, and we should be proud of this. But we draw the line at intolerance, at hate, and at violence. We don't want people to bring that here, and we don't want people to grow that here. It's not welcome, not now, not ever. This attack at Bondi was a horrific act of mass murder and violence by two monsters with misguided beliefs and ideology. As a community, let's make sure this stupidity ends there. We now need calm and we need unity, and we need to call out dangerous and threatening behaviour to ensure it is stamped out before gathering any sort of steam. We have not been good enough at this. And we need strength in our conviction about what we love to call our Australian way of life. And this might seem different to every single person, to different people have different views on this, but it certainly means coming together in dark times as a country and as a community made up of many different backgrounds. It is only when we do come together that the light will once more shine. A number of people have made mention of the impact of this event happening at Bondi, how it added to the horror of it all. Like Bondi is a living character, another victim. I don't get down there that often, but to be honest, but when I think of Bondi, I picture the whole scene, which in a way is a bit of a snapshot of our community at large. Groups of friends and families from all around the world who might have driven, caught the train or bus from around the city out west. Locals who have walked down for the afternoon. Country kids in a pair of footy shorts kicking a ball around. They have all come to this magical spot to sit in the sun, enjoy the water and maybe an ice block amongst cultures from all around the world. Skin colours from every different spectrum, from black to white, and every shade in between, including some pink poms who have spent too much time in the sun. And while their skin colours may vary, their joys, hopes and laughter are the same. Enjoying the sun, the sand, the waves and the water, and enjoying the freedom and safety this country wraps around us. Yet these grubs on that Sunday tried to take this away from us. With their hate and their intolerance, they tried to rip Bondi apart and they tried to rip our country apart. But we will not let this happen. To the contrary, this must bring us together as we strongly condemn and reject those who look to tear us apart. So we can once again share an ice cream on Bondi Beach or anywhere across the country with black people, white people, brown people, and even the pink poms. And anyone who wants to stand in our way can kick rocks. As I draw to a close, Mr. President, I would like to call on a quote, to quote the family of one of the victims, Edith Butman. Her family have said, "We ask that her life, not the senseless violence that took it, be what endures. We hope her memory calls us as a nation back to decency, courage and peace." All of us now have a responsibility to take action, to take up the challenge of this family, to be united, to be kind and to protect the Australian way of life. We owe this to those we have lost. We owe this to our children and to our communities. With courage, let us all combine to advance Australia fair.